Hi Aquarius, how are you doing today? You know, Aquarius, I have a soft spot for you. Yeah, I do. I'm a Leo sun, and Aquarius is obviously the opposite house for you. So, you know, the seventh house for me, the relational house. So you guys always, I don't know, I always find myself just laughing nonstop with Aquarians. Other than Sagittarians, I think I laugh the most with Aquarians. And then Gemini's probably next. That's the order that these things go in. Actually, I don't know if there's an order, but I do know, I do know that I love you guys and you make my life better. All the Aquarians I know in my life make it a richer, deeper experience. And, you know, I'm shuffling here. I'm letting the cards do most of the talking today. I don't really want to get too much into astrology. I want to focus much more on what's coming through intuitively. And one of the things I'm picking up with Aquarius is kind of the sense of like, you've been really pushing hard for a number of months to get things done. You know, you've been feeling inspired, and you've been feeling like working hard, and you've been very thankful for all that you are able to do and willing to do and the opportunities you get to have. You're like, yes, let's do this. Let's make this happen. You know, you have all that energy of like, let's make this happen. But you know, here's the thing that I'm picking up from you. You're like pushing hard. You're going hard, and you've been going hard for a long time. This year, I think you kind of started off and you're like, let's go. See what happens. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Come on. I'm starting to feel like that energy's catching up with you just a little bit in April. Just a little bit. It's almost like I think some of you feel kind of frustrated by the people around you because you have a vision. You're like, here, we're going to do this thing. Let's get this thing done. And everybody's like, yeah, maybe later. Yeah, maybe next month or maybe next week. Like, call me tomorrow and we'll talk. And you're like, no, I want to do this now. Well, let me tell you, April's gonna, I think, and we'll see what the cards also have to say, but this is just what I'm picking up before we even start talking about the cards. They're still not coming out. They're taking forever with you guys. Here's what I'm gonna say. April's gonna force you to take a break, take a rest, regroup, reprioritize. And even more than that, oh my gosh, you guys, okay, this card just fell on the ground. I can see it right now, and it's Judgment, which has come out so many times this month for people. Let me go grab it. Judgment. I don't know why the cards, they have been falling on the floor all day. Sudden insight. Insights. I think your insights are going to come from when you rest a little bit. Take it easy. You know, you can't be in charge of everybody else. You, as much as you have these good intentions, you're like, can't you see that we're working on this together? Can't you see that, like, if we all work together, like, yeah, you're really stressing yourself out here a little bit. I'm getting a lot of swords this month too, because there's a lot of, there's a Mercury retrograde starting on the 9th, going into May. And there's a Venus retrograde, and there's a Saturn retrograde. A lot of slow stuff going on. Okay, yeah, but once again, let's go back. Oh my gosh, okay, another card fell on the floor. I am so sorry, my friends. I will be right back. And let me... 8 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, here's this thing, okay. You're pushing. You want to move forward. This energy, stalled energy, mental energy, getting drained mentally while you're pushing forward. That's why I think that April's going to force you. Ooh, and then there's more forward motion. There's a lot of forward motion here. You're getting triggered by like kind of this fiery energy. There's a lot of forward motion. I think you're still going to be getting things done, but I think you might just have to reassess how you're thinking about it a little bit. You know, I think you're taking to heart people's resistance to your vision of what you want to get done. a little too much. It's keeping you feeling a little heartsick, a little bit tired, a little bit taken for granted, a little bit like, don't people see what I'm trying to do right now? And that's wearing you out, and it will wear you out. You will burn through this energy very quickly. Your insight, this big insight here that's like at the base first card of your reading, that's going to come from resting on your laurels a little bit. You know, the Three of Wands energy is forward motion. It is like a green light, go, let's do this, let's get things happening. But you know, the image is of man allowing the ships to come to him. He's not running after the supplies and saying, come here, we're going to do this thing. I know you, Aquarius. He's waiting. He's standing there. He's like, I know you're going to come to me when you're ready, when you see what I have here. And that's the big advice that's coming out right off the bat, those first 4 cards. We still have some more coming out here, so let's see what happens. I'm going to try not to drop any on the floor because apparently that's now my signature move, because seriously, so many of these videos I'm going down there to grab cards. It's not a good look. All right. So yeah, I think for you, it's like relax a little bit in April. You know, everybody's getting challenged this month. Every sign is having their own personal challenge. Oh, you guys. Ooh, I love that. 2 of Cups. Hello, Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. Everybody's getting challenged in their own personal way in April. It's a cosmic storm. I've been calling April the month where we all need to have elastic minds. Now with Aquarians, I don't really have to worry about that. You guys are very elastic. But you know, where your elasticity is going to be questioned is, can you just relax a little bit? Oh my, okay, at this point, and it's the 10 of Swords. I swear, I've been getting the 10 of Swords for so many readings. I will be right back. That's why it fell on the ground, because it's a 10 of Swords. No, nobody wants to see that. Okay, whoo boy, this is that Mercury retrograde. So it's that you can burn yourself out. When I see this card, a lot of times what I think about is how people sabotage themselves. I know they can't stab themselves in the back, but you know, metaphorically speaking, you do when you burn through energy needlessly. And I know, that's next to the 2 of Cups. Probably not what you want to see, but I see like different things going on there with that. We'll talk about it in a minute once I've done dropping cards on the floor. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. So, you know, your lesson is to sit back a little bit. Allow things to come to you. You don't have to force other people to do stuff. I think for you, it's kind of that, it's like opposite of what you think. You know, you're all about movement and doing. And so intellectually, you're like, well, if I'm just sitting back and doing nothing isn't going to get things done. Sitting back and doing nothing isn't going to get people to the finish line with me. But here you are again. This is what I see for you, like really hardcore, is like holding the burden all on your own. And feeling like, well, I'm just going to push through. If nobody else is going to help me, I'm going to push through. That's right next to the 10 of Swords. And that's why I was saying that it's not really about that. 2 of Cups has its own thing. We're going to clarify that. You know, you can stab yourself in the back with this energy right here, holding everything on your own and overthinking people's commitment in your life. And that can go for relationships. If you're in a partnership and you feel like your partner isn't holding their weight, or work-wise. I see this a lot with work. And your life path destiny and your value in this world and your force in this world and where you want to be going. A lot of you, I think, feel unsupported. But I think you have to relax a little bit. I think you're freaking yourselves out. And that goes for love too. Like when I see that 2 of Cups right there, for those of you in partnerships, or maybe you have a crush on somebody that you don't know how to approach, or maybe, you know, you're feeling estranged from somebody, you're freaking yourselves out. But here's the thing, you know, the King of Swords here came up next after that 10 of Wands. Here's your power. And it reminds me of this 3 of Wands, weirdly. Both of these men are holding their ground and sitting and letting the truth speak for itself. You know, the King of Swords is not running around after things. Here you are, Aquarius. This is you at your best, when you're just holding your ground and you're like, yeah, I know it's best for everybody. And when people are ready, they're going to come to me and they're going to ask for advice, and I'm going to show them how to make things better. You know, when you're calm and a little bit more reserved, if you're not acting on that freaked out energy in your mental state this month specifically, I don't think you're normally like this at all. It's not my vision. I don't envision you guys as like mentally freaking out all the time. No, not at all. I just think this month you might start to feel that burnout. Like I said, with that 10 of Wands energy, you're feeling a burnout and you're feeling like you just want to push through it, and you just want to push even if it means you have to do everything on your own. And that's where you're going to find that exhaustion. That's where you're going to... Now it literally flew to the other side of this table. I will be back, you guys. Man, they really just want to talk today. Four of Pentacles, right? This is another card that actually, you know, a lot of times people call this like the miser card, but in this sense, this is you. Just collect your energy. Sit still. Allow people to come to you. Take your time communicating and don't freak yourself out. The flip side to the Four of Pentacles is you might start feeling like hoarding yourself a little bit. And that will do just as little as stretching yourself too thin. You want to have like a healthy balance. You know, have some fun with people. Don't make it all about business all the time. Have some fun with people. Have some lighthearted. I'm going to pull one more card, and then we're going to talk about this emotional side that I really do see for you, actually. You're having a really deep conversation with yourself this month. For those of you who are smart enough to pay attention to the fact that you're feeling burnt out, Ace of Pentacles, that's awesome, you guys. There's a promise here at the end. Even though you're going through all this and you're having this battle of wills, so to speak. I mean, really, truly, there's this... I'm just going to show some of these pair-ups here. Like, look at that. Really opposing energies, right? One's very mental and one's very physical. Like, let's do this, let's go. But you're trapped in your mind. Same thing here. Let's do this, let's go. Come on. Same thing here. Let's do this, come on. Oh no, we're going to sit here and we're going to hold on. That's that retrograde energy, and that's also your burnout energy because you've been doing so much for so long that you just need to take a breath. You do. And here's the thing. This is why it's a very interesting reading. All of the, you know, once you do that, the money is rolling in. The smoothness, by the end of the month, I think you're going to feel very smooth, a very smooth course forward that doesn't feel so embattled all the time. Like it will at the beginning of the month, you're going to feel embattled, but if you can dive in there, and this is your personal test right now, you can dive in there and relax a little bit and have a little bit of faith that everything will come around, people will come around to you, ideas will come around, money will come around, paperwork will come around. You will act as a magnet, and by the end of the month, you're going to be moving in that direction. Now, here's the thing. This is a fascinating reading, and it's a really fascinating reading. This Two of Cups is a little bit of a promise here, okay? Because part of that pause, part of that relaxing, part of that not pushing so hard on yourself especially, and on others as well, not pushing on everybody else to be up to your standards all the time. Part of this Two of Cups, if you can do that, you're allowing your heart center to take the lead for a little while. And actually, Aquarius, I think you need that. I think you have been very work focused. You've been very life purpose focused, which is great. We need you to do that. I don't know what this world would be like without Aquarians having some life purpose focus and having that passion and that drive and that insight and that unique way of doing things. We would all be forlorn and lost. But, you know, the message here is like, your heart needs to take the driver's seat for a little bit. And your intellect needs to take a break. It needs to go take a nap. Because it's burning you out at lightning speed. And you are feeling very tired. You're feeling poor. You're feeling poor at a basic level inside of yourself in April. Because you're burning too fast. You know, the fire is consuming all of your fuel. And pretty soon you're just going to be this guy here, you know, this guy here carrying the sticks by himself. This Two of Cups is really an invitation to let your heart drive. And for those singles out there, for singles, here's what I'm saying. Like, if you can have that faith that your life purpose is working out, I think you're actually going to find, you're going to probably, you might date somebody, it might not be a lifelong thing, but you might date somebody or hang out with somebody who really inspires you and gets you and lights you up and reminds you of like why you're doing what you're doing, and that you don't need to be pushing so hard because it will come of its own accord when you're happy and when you're feeling inspired. For those of you married or in a deep relationship, or, you know, and it's can also be friends too, like, this is a great time to just spend time with those people that get you and that love you and that support you and see you for who you are. And not because you're always doing stuff and making things happen, but because you have this wonderful heart of gold that people, you know, latch to. You know, you need to spend time laughing and communing. And I'm working here actually with this Two of Cups energy to get a couple clarifiers for it, because I do think this is your path forward this month. You just need to relax. Like I said, that intellect is just killing you. Oh my gosh. Just a moment. Another card though. I apparently really need to set up my, get my setup a lot better than this, but we're going to go with it today. The Chariot came out for this Two of Cups that I'm clarifying. That's all systems go in the emotional front. What was I saying? Like, even though there's only one emotion card in this spread whatsoever, one emotion card, it is the linchpin. It is the linchpin of this entire reading. It is the card that is saying, hey, you can fight with yourself and with what's coming your way all day and all night, but it won't change the fact that, you know, you're an emotional, heart-centered person, and that your life purpose is something that should feel good. Three of Cups. You need to focus on your love world. And for singles, you're meeting somebody. Like I said, you might meet somebody. Here's the thing. For some of you, actually, I think you might meet somebody who will be in your life for a long time. For others of you, it's just going to be one of those things where maybe you date somebody for a while who just kind of reminds you of what it means to have life purpose and why you work so hard and why you think so deeply about things. They're going to help you enjoy thinking about things again, enjoy working for things again. I really see love strong for you, strong for you. Oh, bottom of the deck too. Three of Wands again. Like, things want to work out. They want to work out, but what's going on here for you is there's this demand. There's this demand that you sit back and allow things to come to you. Once again, you know, like, this energy is sitting back and having faith that things will work out. What did this base reading end up with? Ace of Pentacles. Your insight is in the relaxation. I know that sounds really weird. It is against common sense, right? We're always told, you know, the harder you work, the more you get, the better life will be. But, you know, it is counterintuitive, but I know you can roll with that, Aquarius. And I do think you need to connect in with your emotions. Some of you have just been a beast in work mode for so long. The universe is cracking up. They're like, oh, we're going to turn that on its head, and we're going to bring you some love. We're going to bring you some emotive, heart-centered time with close people that make you feel good. We're going to force you to relax and turn off that hamster in the wheel so that you can accept that where you are and where you're going is good, and you don't have to fight the current so hard. All right, Aquarius, I love this reading. I'm really excited for you. I think it's going to be a very scintillating, exciting, cosmic, stormy month for you. I think you can ride with that energy really well. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. Even if it's begrudgingly at first, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. Before I go, I'm just going to mention that I'm wearing jewelry from Pink Moon 422. These are Herkimer crystals. She is a beautiful jewelry designer. She works with very high quality materials. These specific Herkimer quartz crystals are great for clarity and positive energy, and I've been wearing them nonstop for like 2 weeks. And I just love her, and that's why I'm putting her on my channel, because I just think people should see what she makes and see how amazing she is. So I will leave her Etsy shop link below. I will also leave my website and my email below. Please get in touch with me to ask questions, or if you want a personal reading. I would love to work with you, Aquarians, and I will see you in May. I hope you have a beautiful April. Bye.